Good morning, everyone. My name is Fanny from DiegoNet. A little bit of my background. I am certified CompTIA A+, CompTIA N+, and CompTIA Security Plus. I'm also certified Microsoft MCSA for Windows Server 2016, Microsoft MCSE for Exchange Server 2016. I'm certified Cisco CCENT for routing and switching, and I'm also certified Cisco CCNA for routing and switching as well. So in today's lesson, we are going to be discussing another physical topology, and today we will look into the bus topology. So that is what we are going to learn today. So to illustrate what is called a bus topology, we have a diagram on our screen, and together we are going to observe this diagram together. My first observation is that when I look at the diagram, I see 4 devices on my network, and all of them are connected back to a central or to a main cable, and that cable is called the backbone cable. We can call it a backbone cable, a main cable, or a trunk cable. So when we look at this, we can see that the first or the main characteristics of a bus topology is that all devices on the network are connected to a main cable, and this main cable have to be terminated at the end. At the both end of the cable must be terminated with something called a terminator. What is the reason why we use terminator at the end of the cable? To illustrate that, we need to use PC to explain why we use terminators to terminate both ends of the cable. Let's say, for instance, if this PC is sending information, if PC is sending the information to the network, that information will travel to the left and it will also travel to the right, like this. So the information will go this direction and it will also go the other direction. So that is what you need to understand. The information will go this way and it will also go this way. Now let's say when the information reaches the end of the cable and there is no terminator, what's gonna happen? If the information reaches the end of the cable and there is no terminator, the signal will bounce back again, coming this direction. From there, when it gets to the end, it will come back to this direction. Let's say if by the time the signal is coming back and another PC, let's say the laptop, is also transmitting signal on the network, what's gonna happen? We are going to experience what is called collision. Collision will happen on our network, and collision is not something great on the network because it lowers down the performance on our network. So we use terminator at both ends of the cable to absorb any signal that reaches the end of the cable, because in the bus topology, when signal goes both directions, let's say for instance the information that is sending from PC1, if the information sending from PC1 is intended for the server, if the information sending by PC1 from PC1 is intended from the server, the signal will go both directions. Let's say when it reaches the printer will definitely look at the information and see that no, this information is not mine, it was not sent for me, and the printer will discard the information. Same thing will apply to the PC, to the laptop. The laptop will also discard the information, but when it reaches the server will look at the information and say yes, this belongs to me, and the server will definitely process the information. But those two signals that went to the end of the cable, there is nothing there to look, either discard it or process it. That is the reason why the signal will bounce back. So when we use terminator at the end of the cable, the signal will be absorbed by the terminator, preventing the signal from bouncing back. So that is the characteristic of the bus topology. All devices on the network are connected to a central cable or a main cable, and this cable need to be terminated on both ends by what is called terminators. So with this in mind, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of using a bus topology on our network. The first advantage that we need to understand that is the bus topology is very easy to implement. So it doesn't need a lot of expertise to be implemented. It's very easy to implement. The second advantage is that the bus topology requires less cable than the star topology. So that it means it is cost effective as compared to the star topology, because it requires less cable. And the next and the final advantage is that it is the best topology for small network. So if you are looking for a small network and you can use a bus topology. Now, what are the disadvantages? Let's look at the disadvantage and balance with the advantages of having a bus topology on our network. Now, the first disadvantage is that, as we spoke about a single point of failure on the star topology, we said the centralized device on the star topology represents a single point of failure. In our case, with the bus topology, the backbone cable, the trunk cable, or the main cable represent a single point of failure as well. If something happened to the backbone cable or the main cable, the entire network will definitely go down. The second disadvantage is that we need to use terminators. Remember, when we were dealing with star topologies, there was no need for us to use terminator. But in the bus topology, terminator is a must. We must use it, otherwise we're going to experience collision. The next disadvantage is that it is very difficult to troubleshoot a bus topology, because it is not easy to identify where the fault is located. And also, bus topology is not a great idea for large network, because, as we have said it already, if it is very difficult to troubleshoot with a small network, imagine you having a very large network that you have implemented bus topology and there is a problem. It is also very difficult to trouble if you are using it on a large network. Very difficult. Another disadvantage is that in a bus topology, it is information or the transmission of signal is very slow. The reason is only one computer can transmit at the same time, because if two computers transmit signal at the same times, we're gonna experience what is called collision, because there is no smart device there that can permit two computers to transmit information at the same time. So in the bus topology, only one device can transmit at the same time, and that creates a very low performance on the network. Each device needs to listen to the main cable and make sure that there is no signal on it before transmitting. You can only transmit when there is no signal on the main cable. So those are the characteristics of a bus topology. So the main characteristic is that all devices are connected to a central cable or the main cable, and they can only transmit once and a time. So please, you need to understand the characteristics of the bus topology, compare it with the star topology, and be able to answer questions during your exam when it has to be choosing between the star and the bus topology. And with this in mind, I would like to thank you for watching and see you on my next video. Goodbye.